A few months ago, a retired math teacher named Bill, age 76, sat across from me in my clinic, frustration written all over his face. "Doc, I eat eggs every single morning. I've cut back on sugar. I even do my stretches. But my legs still shake when I stand up." Not long after, Maria, 71, a former social worker, shared a similar story. She had been drinking protein shakes every day, vanilla, chocolate, even the chalky unflavored ones. Still, her arms felt weak, soft, and lifeless. "It's like I'm doing all the right things," she said, "but nothing's changing." And she was right. It wasn't about effort, it was about absorption. What no one tells you is that after 70, your body doesn't process protein the same way it used to. That omelet, that chicken breast, that high-end protein powder, they might all be going in, but very little is being used. For many older adults, that protein just passes through. So, I told Bill and Maria something that made them both laugh at first. Skip the shakes. Eat vegetables. It sounded ridiculous, but it worked. Within just weeks, Bill's legs steadied. He said he felt more planted. Maria called to say her arms didn't feel numb anymore. "It's like my muscles woke up," she said. And no, it wasn't magic. It was science. Certain vegetables contain exactly the amino acids, enzymes, and compounds aging muscles need not just to grow, but to switch back on. These are foods that hydrate your cells, soothe inflammation, and deliver protein your body can actually use. In this video, I'll share with you the 7 vegetables that I now recommend to every patient over 70 who wants to rebuild strength, balance, and energy without shakes, powders, or complicated diets. And yes, every single one is backed by real science and real results, because it's not about eating more, it's about eating smarter. When I first started sharing this idea, most people thought I'd lost my mind. Vegetables for muscle. It just didn't sound right. But the first on my list, zucchini, proved them wrong faster than anything else. Zucchini doesn't look powerful. It's light, watery, and often treated as a forgettable side dish. Yet inside this simple green vegetable lies one of the most overlooked solutions to aging muscles: hydration from within. You see, the older we get, the more our muscle cells dry out. Dehydrated muscle fibers can't contract properly. They become stiff, weak, and less able to absorb protein from food. This is one of the hidden reasons why so many older adults feel tired, even when they're eating well. The protein isn't the problem, absorption is. That's where zucchini steps in. It's over 94% water, but not just plain water. Scientists call it structured water, loaded with electrolytes like magnesium, potassium, and manganese. These minerals act like tiny conductors that pull nutrients into your muscle cells and rehydrate them from the inside. I remember a woman named Eleanor, 74, who came in complaining of nightly leg cramps that woke her up in pain. She was eating eggs for breakfast and grilled chicken for dinner, thinking she was fueling her muscles. But her body wasn't using any of it. Her muscles were simply too dry to absorb what she ate. So I gave her a simple challenge: half a cooked zucchini every night with dinner. 10 days later, she called me and said, "Doctor, I slept through the night for the first time in months." Her cramps had vanished. The secret wasn't more protein, it was hydration. Zucchini also helps neutralize acid buildup in the blood, which can silently erode muscle tissue. Its antioxidants, lutein and zeaxanthin, protect cells from oxidative stress, what I like to call muscle rust. So before you reach for another supplement, try adding zucchini to your plate. It might just be the quiet reboot your muscles have been waiting for. Zucchini was just the beginning. Once my patients saw how much their bodies responded to better absorption, they naturally wanted more. "What else can I eat?" they would ask. And my answer always came with a smile: cauliflower. Now I know what you might be thinking. Cauliflower? That bland white vegetable we push around on the plate. Yes, because when it comes to repairing tired, inflamed muscles, cauliflower works like a natural reset button. Cauliflower belongs to the cruciferous family alongside broccoli, kale, and Brussels sprouts, and it's packed with a powerful compound called sulforaphane. Sulforaphane does 2 critical things. It reduces inflammation in muscle tissue, and it activates a protective protein called NRF2, which helps your body rebuild muscle fibers damaged by age or inactivity. One of my patients, Diana, 70, came into my clinic complaining that her legs felt like fire after just a short walk. She was already eating well lean meat, plenty of fluids, but her muscles remained inflamed and stiff. So I asked her to make one small change. Swap out her starchy sides like white rice and potatoes for roasted cauliflower 3 times a week. 2 weeks later, she said, "My legs don't scream at me anymore." It was not about taking away food. It was about adding the right food. Beyond sulforaphane, cauliflower is also rich in vitamin C and vitamin K nutrients that help your body absorb and utilize amino acids while strengthening bones and connective tissue. And unlike many high-protein foods, cauliflower is easy on digestion, especially for older adults with sensitive stomachs. What I love most is how cauliflower helps at the cellular level. It clears out toxins that slow recovery and supports your mitochondria, the energy factories inside your muscle cells. That means better energy, better endurance, and less pain after movement. So next time you roast vegetables, do not overlook the cauliflower. It is not just a side dish. It is a silent healer, restoring the strength you thought you had lost for good. After seeing the results with cauliflower, many of my patients began to understand something essential. Muscle strength is not rebuilt overnight, and it is not rebuilt by just piling on more protein. It is rebuilt slowly, from within through foods that nourish the process, not just the numbers. That is when I introduced them to one of the most underestimated vegetables of all, Brussels sprouts. Yes, those little green globes that many people avoided as kids are now becoming muscle heroes for adults over 70, and with good reason. Brussels sprouts are surprisingly rich in protein, over 5 grams per 100 grams, and even more important, they are packed with leucine and glutamine. These 2 amino acids are critical for something called muscle protein synthesis, the very process your body uses to build and repair muscle fibers. Without them, no amount of chicken or eggs will do the job. I remember Frank, age 73, who told me, "Doc, I walk every day, but my legs still feel weak." He was doing all the right things on the outside, but inside, his muscle cells were starving for fuel. I asked him to steam 1 cup of Brussels sprouts and add them to his lunch 3 times a week. A month later, he came back grinning. "My thighs feel firmer, and my knees don't ache when I stand anymore." That was not a coincidence. That was cellular nutrition doing its work. Brussels sprouts also contain alpha-lipoic acid, a compound that helps restore your mitochondria, boosting natural energy production. Unlike eggs, which can increase cholesterol in some older adults, Brussels sprouts actually help lower bad cholesterol while delivering the clean protein your muscles crave. And here is a bonus. When paired with a bit of olive oil, the nutrients in Brussels sprouts become even more bioavailable, meaning your body absorbs more of the good stuff. So do not let their size fool you. These tiny cabbages are powerhouses, quietly helping older bodies walk taller, move stronger, and recover faster. Once patients experience what a small vegetable like Brussels sprouts can do, their mindset shifts. They no longer ask, "How much protein am I eating?" but rather, "Is my body actually using it?" That question leads us to one of the most quietly powerful protein sources in the entire plant world: green peas. Yes, those simple, round green peas you might have pushed aside as a kid are now proving themselves as muscle recovery champions. Why? Because green peas are one of the few plant foods that offer a complete protein profile, meaning they contain all 9 essential amino acids, including leucine, isoleucine, and valine. These are the very building blocks your body needs for muscle repair and strength. Even more impressive, peas contain about 9 grams of protein per 100 grams more than eggs, and their protein is highly bioavailable, which means your body can absorb and use it effectively without strain on digestion. I think of Judith, 71, a retired nurse who told me, "I eat healthy, I walk every day, but I'm always tired." Her diet was clean, her habits were solid, but her muscles were not responding. I suggested something simple. Blend half a cup of cooked green peas into her evening soup each night. 3 weeks later, she came in glowing. "I don't know what's in those peas, but I feel light again." Her balance improved. Her muscle tone became visibly firmer, and for the first time in months, she had the energy to walk without dragging her feet. Green peas are also rich in arginine, which improves blood flow to muscle tissue, and glutamine, which helps fuel the cells during the repair process. On top of that, they contain iron and folate, both crucial for oxygen delivery to muscles, something that drops sharply with age. What I love about peas is that they work quietly in the background, restoring what age slowly takes away. And because they are alkaline forming, they also help neutralize the acid buildup that leads to muscle fatigue and soreness. Boiled, blended, or lightly mashed green peas are one of the simplest ways to put strength back into your step. After discovering the power hidden in something as small as a green pea, my patients often start to smile and shake their heads. I never would have guessed, they say. And that's when I show them the next surprise on the list: corn. Yes, corn. The same food many of us think of as just a starchy side dish. But beneath its bright yellow kernels lies a surprisingly powerful tool for rebuilding aging muscles, because corn is more than carbs. It is one of the most balanced, natural combinations of plant protein and long-lasting energy that we have. Corn contains around 9.4 grams of protein per 100 grams, with a profile rich in glutamine and alanine amino acids that help protect muscle fibers from breakdown as we age. But what truly sets corn apart is its ability to restore glycogen, the stored fuel your muscles need to function and recover. I think of Robert, 73, who told me, "I eat a good breakfast, eggs, toast, coffee, but by mid-morning, I feel drained." The problem wasn't his effort. It was that his muscles were running on empty. I asked him to swap his white toast for boiled corn with a bit of olive oil and sea salt. Just 2 weeks later, he told me, "Doc, I feel like I've got gas in the tank again." You see, without glycogen, muscles cannot grow even if you're eating the best protein in the world. Corn's complex carbohydrates refill those tanks slowly and steadily, giving you lasting energy throughout the day without the crashes that come from processed carbs. It's also rich in magnesium and vitamin B6, two nutrients essential for smooth muscle contraction and nerve communication, both of which decline as we age. On top of that, antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin help keep your blood flowing and your cells oxygenated, reducing fatigue and improving muscle endurance. Forget the myth that corn is just empty calories. When used wisely, it becomes a complete performance food, fueling your muscles, feeding your strength, and helping you move through the day with confidence. If corn is the fuel that keeps your muscles running, then the next vegetable is the architect quietly rebuilding the structure and stability your body depends on. That vegetable is the humble artichoke. Artichokes are often overlooked, but they are one of the most complete sources of plant-based protein you can eat. With over 10.6 grams of protein per 100 grams, they surpass not only eggs but even some meats, gram for gram. Yet what truly makes artichokes special is how they support not just muscle growth but muscle repair. Inside each artichoke is a powerful mix of amino acids, including methionine and aspartic acid. These are critical for synthesizing collagen and rebuilding muscle fibers that have been worn down by years of use, inflammation, or inactivity. I'll never forget Helen, age 75, who came in with a gentle frustration in her voice. "Doctor, I've been eating eggs and fish for months, but my arms still feel soft, like they've lost their shape." She didn't need more protein shakes. She needed smarter protein. I asked her to start steaming artichokes twice a week and drizzle them with olive oil and a squeeze of lemon. 3 weeks later, she returned with a smile. "I can carry my grocery bags again without shaking," she said. "It feels like something's holding me up again." Artichokes also support digestion, a critical piece that often goes ignored in muscle health. They're loaded with inulin, a prebiotic fiber that feeds the good bacteria in your gut. And a healthy gut is key to absorbing amino acids properly. Without good digestion, even the best protein can go to waste. They're also rich in magnesium, potassium, and vitamin C, which work together to maintain hydration in muscle cells, support nerve function, and assist in collagen production. So while artichokes may look spiky and intimidating from the outside, they are, in truth, one of nature's gentlest restorers, helping older bodies not just hold on to strength, but rebuild it from the inside out. As powerful as artichokes are, there is one vegetable that consistently surprises even the most skeptical of my patients. A food so densely packed with clean protein and healing compounds, it has become my go-to recommendation for anyone battling long-term muscle loss. That vegetable is the drumstick pod, also known as moringa. At first glance, moringa pods seem unremarkable, long, slender, almost woody. But inside, a true muscle medicine cabinet. With a stunning 12 grams of protein per 100 grams, Moringa beats out eggs, yogurt, and even chicken breast gram for gram. But it is not just about the numbers. Moringa's protein is paired with a rare plant compound called moringanine, which does something extraordinary. It activates your mitochondria, the tiny power plants inside each muscle cell. More energy, faster recovery, less fatigue. Daniel, 78, came into my office barely able to climb stairs. He said, "Doc, I've tried everything, shakes, powders, even fancy supplements. Nothing helps." His legs felt hollow. His strength was slipping away. I gently told him, "Let's try something different." I asked him to add cooked drumstick pods to his soup 3 times a week. Within a month, he walked back into my office grinning. "My knees don't creak anymore," he said. "I feel like I got 10 years back." That is the power of Moringa. Its antioxidant density is off the charts, protecting muscle fibers from the free radical damage that accelerates aging. It is rich in calcium, magnesium, and iron, all critical for strong, oxygen-rich blood and smooth muscle contraction. And perhaps most importantly, it has zero cholesterol, a safe, healing source of protein, especially for older adults managing heart or kidney concerns. Moringa also lowers markers of chronic inflammation, like CRP, reactive protein, giving aging bodies the one thing they often lack, the ability to heal from the inside out. So, while it may be lesser known, drumstick pods are a secret weapon. A plant not just for nourishment, but for transformation. One that reminds your muscles what it feels like to be strong again. By the time my patients get to Moringa, something shifts. They realize this journey was never just about vegetables. It was about rediscovering what their bodies are still capable of. These 7 foods are not magic. They do not come with shiny labels or bold promises. But they work because they meet the aging body exactly where it is and help it move forward one meal, one muscle fiber at a time. Let's quickly recap what we have learned. Zucchini hydrates your muscles and reawakens protein absorption. Cauliflower reduces inflammation and rebuilds at the cellular level. Brussels sprouts trigger muscle protein synthesis and restore energy. Green peas deliver complete, bioavailable protein with natural anti-fatigue compounds. Corn fuels muscle performance by refilling your glycogen tank. Artichokes strengthen structure and improve digestion for deeper recovery. Drumstick pods, Moringa, supercharge cellular repair and return vitality to aging muscles. You do not need more protein. You need the kind your body recognizes and knows how to use. So if you are over 70 and still relying on eggs, powders, or meat alone to maintain strength, consider this your invitation to shift the strategy. Try one of these vegetables this week. See how your body responds. Even small changes can lead to powerful results. And remember, you are not too old to get stronger, not too tired to feel energized again. Your muscles have not forgotten. They are just waiting for the right fuel. If this message resonated with you, I would love to hear from you. Drop your age and where you are watching from in the comments. My team and I read every single one. Your story might just help someone else start their own journey. And if you found this helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. In the next video, we will expose a popular food that pretends to support muscle health, but quietly drains your strength. You will not want to miss it. Until then, stay strong, stay curious, and remember, your best health may still be ahead of you.